What you see here is a piece of drafting vellum taped down to a drawing board. It is my drawing board. This device that you see here is a drafting machine. It makes vertical and horizontal lines. There's a straight edge here, a straight edge there, and also it has measurement graduations on it and a protractor head that I can draw lines at various angles. It works essentially the same way that your parallel bar works in conjunction with your triangles. You can also see that I've got this piece of tracing vellum, drafting vellum, taped down, and I've got it taped down with blue painter's tape, which is a very good substitute for your drafting dots when and if you run out of drafting dots. Our first demonstration is going to be how to make the 3 lines that you need to master in order to be able to draft competently. Let me turn on some light here and make things just a little bit brighter for you to see better, and I hope that helps a little bit. The first line is what we call the layout line. You make this line with a very, very sharp 2H and the lightest hand pressure that you can use in order to make a line that you can see just barely. In other words, let me make a line here, a layout line here, and show you that and that. That's a pair of layout lines, horizontal and vertical. You might not be able to see them, but I can. I can just barely see them. You want to make these lines with a very sharp pencil so they stay thin. 2H pencil, a nice hard lead so that they stay thin and they stay faint. You use these to lay things out. That's, for example, the corner of a piece of built something or other. You use these to make layouts. You use them spaced at 1/8-inch intervals in order to make your layout for your lettering, which we will go over here very soon if we haven't done it already. And then what we're going to do is, on top of the layout, now that I've laid out this, let's say I've laid out this box here, and that what I need to do is I need to go ahead and draw that box. I'm going to use a pencil that is dulled down a little bit. A pencil that, let's see, all I have here are sharp ones. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I've got a pencil that is dulled down a little bit so it'll make a line that is a little thicker. I'm going to outline the object, and this I do with object lines. So we have this line here and here, and I'm going to show you real quick how to use your triangle to make a vertical line. You place your triangle on your parallel bar. You put it so that your hand is going to run along the plastic when you draw so that you're not smearing your drawing. And then you simply draw bottom to top. So you're repeating the same left to right movement that you used to make your horizontal line. Now you see I've got a slightly dull pencil and I'm pressing hard enough to get really good dark black lines. And those are object lines. They're of medium width and dark. Then we have these other lines that we call the thin dark lines, and we use those thin dark lines for center lines, extension lines, dimension lines, hidden lines, etc. And those are made with a very sharp 2H, and instead of being faint, you go ahead and lay down a nice black line. So you can see this line here is thinner than this line, but it's still dark. So we have the faint layout line here, the thin dark line, the object line. That's it. You can see the thin dark line is about half as wide as the object line. And you get that by controlling how sharp your pencil is. Sharp 2H, dulled over H. That's all you need to know. Of course, we're going to practice this. If we keep the plastic under our hand to make the vertical line, let's say we need to make a diagonal line. keep the plastic under your hand. Make diagonal line this direction or diagonal line this direction. You keep the plastic underneath this part of your hand that's running along the plastic so you don't smear the lines you've already made. All right, let's get started and see how we do.